Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a garage tour slash beginner's guide to photography. Photography is probably going to go first in the title, but I'm going to be doing both because I said in the last video that I was going to be doing a garage tour as well. So through this door right here, we have a garage, and the first car up is this. Can you guys guess what it is just by these lines right here? It is a 1970 Mustang Grande with the hardtop. As you can see, this is our current project car. We're doing work to it. We installed new carburetor, new manifold, and we're going to be putting new headers and new distributor in it. Something in the future, but this is a little nice car, just to work on. Very basic components, not a lot of electronics. You can do in-depth car reviews on every car, but yeah, this is just the one. Here's not really a car, it's my dad's motorcycle, but it's something special. Next is this BMW 428i, our BMW 4 Series, that I'm gonna be shooting pictures on today. It's a pretty nice car, you can get pretty nice photos if you really wanted to. Just have to find the right angles. Generally, the motorcycle isn't in the garage. It's my mom's car, which is a 2007 Lexus RX 350. The car currently isn't here because it needed I had some things wrong with the maintenance. Usually we fix our own things, but we couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, so we took it to our mechanic. But yeah, that's what's usually there. The bike usually is over here in that corner, or sometimes in the shed, which brings us to our next car, my car, a 2000s Grand Prix. So it's it's a Grand Prix GT. It has the bigger engine option, but it does not have a supercharger. So it's a little lacking, but for having a car that's this old, it's actually a pretty nice car. I like it. It's fun to drive, and it's also a two-door coupe, which makes it pretty fun. And then next to that, you probably have already seen, or if you saw my last video, we have our 2013 Dodge Ram. Yeah, I know you're thinking, why don't I shoot with the Mustang instead of the BMW? They're both nice cars. I completely agree with that. But the thing is, the Mustang doesn't currently work at the moment. We're working on some things, have to do manifold timing and everything, and it won't be able to get out of the garage unless we push it. Also, haven't noticed, behind the Mustang is the one-door garage door, which also interferes with the Pontiac and the Ram, which means I'd have to move both of them, and I wouldn't want to do that just to get that out, and then you have to push it back in. The engine can start for a couple seconds, and it'll go and drive and everything, but it's not worth the hassle. When this car works pretty much completely fine, I can drive it out, take pictures, and bring it in without anything. What you're basically going to need for car photography, obviously, if you want to take car photos, you're going to need a camera. You can also use your phone. Most phones work great. They have good quality, and they're really good nowadays. Second thing you're going to need is the car with the car keys, assuming you're going to drive in location. Somebody's going to drive it for you. That also works. Yeah. Forgot to also mention is that you want to have your car pointing away from the light. So if you're right here and the car's right here, or the light's right here and you're right here, you want to be in the middle pointing that way towards your car, so you can get nice daylight photos instead of having to turn up your ISO and stuff. And I'll talk about that later in the video. But yeah, so for me, that's the garage right there, and light is right there. That's where the sun is. It's covered by clouds right now, but right here, there's a shadow from the house. So I'm probably gonna park the car right there. I'm gonna be doing interior shots today. You can obviously use pretty much the same things for exterior shots, but yeah.
When you barely even know comes aisles in the comfort of your own home.
Okay, so I moved out the car. It's there. It looks great. Might take a photo right there of the rim too. It looks really nice. I can move it up more so the BMW's logo is facing up, but that's basically what you want to have sun, in your photo. But right now, let's talk about real quick the camera settings. I'm going to do this in shade so it's easier to see. It's on the Mustang. Try not to make sure your camera lens is all the way in so that you don't do anything if you're gonna, put if you're gonna put it down on there, which you shouldn't recommend. But okay, first off, make sure it's flipped on, and we're gonna put it in manual mode for the purpose of this. So if it goes off the screen, if you have a screen, just make sure to click the button once. It'll load everything back up. Okay, so there's three things you have to work on in photos. You have to work on aperture, you have to work on the ISO, and you have to work on shutter speed. So, well, my camera just turned off, but the first thing you want to adjust is ISO. You click that on this specific camera by clicking info. You can find in-depth guides for specific cameras online, or just go through the manual. So right here, it's not focusing, but there you go. It's at 1600 ISO. So we're going to turn this one down to, for outdoor photography shoots, which you're mostly going to do, you want to probably put it as low as possible. Click info, okay. And we're going to put it on 100 because the lower it is, that means the less grain you get, and the lower it is, it also means that it's darker because it's the sensitivity of the image. So the camera keeps turning off because it's on there. So let me see if I could just, there you go, it's set to 100. So click OK, or go back, I guess, and that's now there's two things you have to consider when taking photos. You have to consider your shutter speed and aperture. So aperture will give you that nice blurriness effect that in the background of photos without having to do any editing. The second thing is that you want to do shutter speed. If you lower your shutter speed, it'll basically leave the lens open longer, which will mean that you can get more light into your photos. With more light though, it will also take longer, so you don't want to have too low a shutter speed if you're filming with if you're taking pictures with your hands, because you can experience hand shakiness and it'll like, mess up your photo. So we're gonna put a relatively low shutter speed for this photo. I believe it's at 1/25 of a second, which is right there. That's decent for me. Everybody has their own things. I recommend maybe 1/60th if it's a bright sunny day, which I might change it to since it is nice outside. And then your aperture, f-stop, if you want to put it as low as you can with your subject still being in frame. If all of your settings configured, you can go ahead and start taking some pictures. I don't know if you can see, but this car is actually kind of dirty right now. It's had some water run off of it and it doesn't really look the nicest. So I'm going to be focusing more on there. I think I'm going to get a wipe and wipe off all of that excess dirt and stuff on the door. On another tip that you should make sure that if you're shooting a car or really anything, make sure you have, if it's any object, you should make sure that you have a clean thing to work with. So whatever you're shooting, make sure it's clean. If there's dirtiness in it, unless you want to be actual dirty, like if you're going off-roading or something, and I don't recommend that there's any dirt on it, because yeah, it'll mess up the photo. What I did is I grabbed the shop rag and I just wet it. You can also do it with paper towels. This will get rid of most of the things. If you have Lysol wipes, I can recommend those as well. But if I wipe on here now, you see how there's that dirt that was there before too. It got off. Keep wiping and it'll mostly get all of it off. You can finish it up with another wipe if you need to, but yeah, it starts kind of dirty. Okay, I'm currently inside the car for this next one, but I'm going to be trying to attempt to take a picture basically like this, but with the camera, obviously, the camera I have here. So we're going to teach you real quick how to adjust your settings. So obviously, once you have the camera on, you're going to want to turn ISO all the way down, and then from this point on, you really just have to work with the sunlight. Now right now there's not sunlight and it's really spotty. I have both the doors closed, so it's better audio and you don't get outside audio. So you basically just have to take a bunch of practice shots. If the shot's too dark, I'll put up right now what you should do in the order that you should do it. And if it's too light, right now I'll put up some of the things you should do in that order. It's basically ISO, aperture, and shutter speed is all you need to adjust, starting with shutter speed. But yeah, so we're gonna try to get some decent looking photos right now, and I'll show you guys what I've used for this right now. Sunlight's going on and off. I'll let you guys know right now what I do to deal with that. Here's some examples how you like adjust things. So this is the first picture that I took, obviously 4:46, as you can see here, and it was way too bright, so I decided to increase shutter speed so that I won't get more blur, but it'll also become darker. As you can see, it got slightly darker, the image, but it was still a little too bright for what I wanted, so I increased it more, and I was able to get shots. It doesn't look as good on, if I can focus, it looks better on the camera. It looks really bright on my phone, which I'm shooting this on. Same thing with this one, this one, this one, and as long as you can get your aperture as low as possible. That was the seatbelt thing, by the way. But if you can get your aperture as low as possible, you can get nice blurry photos like this, and nice ones like this as well. Make you look pretty professional, and it looks pretty nice overall. I got this one. I'm going to still mess with this. I'm going to adjust the aperture and stuff. But yeah, here's some of the photos I took today, and I was going through these. I needed to delete them because I'm actually running out of memory. But this is a photo I took yesterday. You can see the sunset. Nice little photo. That's also another thing you should worry about. Backgrounds are very important. Now I'm shooting interior shots, so the background isn't too important, but for other pictures you should make sure that you get a pretty nice background. You can see some more photos that I did with the tail lights illuminating over the roof, in the front of the car, again with the side of the car, again with the tail lights illuminating, and that's just practice pictures I was taking the day before. Quick is make sure to see your opportunities. Now I know that the sun is gone right now as it's making my photos darker, so I'm going to take advantage of that and shoot a nice display of the dash and of the iDrive system while the sun's gone, so that I don't get any like glare whatsoever on my photos. The last tips I have for you guys right here while I'm in the front, and it reminded me, is to make sure, the best tip that I could honestly give you all is shoot whatever's iconic or important or to your car. not something that appears in every car, not something that's in most cars. You know, do something that's iconic. Now, you saw the M picture, that looked really nice. This car has an M logo, although it's not an M4, which I really wish it was. It does have the M Performance package, which means I get the M steering wheel. So I took a picture of that, took advantage. I'm going to take a picture of the iDrive because that's really unique to BMW in general, and also the dash because that's also unique to BMW, as you know. So if you have something that's unique, maybe the logo obviously is a good way to start, or the badge of any car, basically, just whatsoever. Make sure to be unique, take pictures of that. Obviously, background's important too if you're taking outside shots of your car, or if you're taking, front dash displays. I don't really care too much, but yeah. Wrap this up. This is a pretty nice view of the car right here as well. Unfortunately, my SD card ran out of memory, and this is like a car I always have in my garage, so I'll probably get it washed, take some more another day. But yeah, that's a quick guide on photography. So if you have any questions, make sure to leave a like and I'll leave a comment, and I'll answer them. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Okay, so you guys didn't really think I was gonna leave you with just that. I took the pictures, I edited them in Adobe Lightroom. I highly recommend the app. It's really good for editing and taking pictures. But yeah, I took the pictures, I took them off my SD card, I put them in my computer. From my computer, I emailed them to myself on my phone because I like editing pictures better on my phone. And I'll put up right now. These are the photos that I took, and here are the edited versions of them. I think they're pretty nice, I don't think I did too bad with how they came out. If you guys want another video on this, maybe on editing more specifically, or on just, maybe another part 2 with more in depth of something, just let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and like as well if you can. And that's probably going to be it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and see you guys in the next video.